Hey there, YouTube tactical community. I'm putting this video out, well, frankly, because I need some advice. I have this Wilson Combat Spec Ops 9, and I just discovered, while detail stripping it last night, that you cannot remove the trigger from the frame. And since this is my CCW and competition gun, I personally feel that that's unacceptable if I can't be able to remove a trigger and clean in between the trigger and the side of the trigger and the frame, and just to be able to visually inspect everything and lube everything properly. Certainly, since it's my competition gun and I will have 10,000 rounds through this in another couple months, maybe 4 months, but you get the idea. Eventually I'm going to have enough rounds through this that it's not going to be comfortable for me to carry, at least in my mind. That's the whole reason why I spent as much money as I did. It's not something I can afford very easily, but I figured life insurance isn't very cheap. So I did put up a video last night. You can sense my frustration in that video. I will do a video response with that video if I can, and I'll try to put up a link on this video to that original video where I clearly show it doesn't come out, and I did call Wilson Combat and they verified that. So my question to you guys is, would you feel comfortable carrying this gun if you couldn't pull the trigger out and clean it regularly? I know there's a higher responsibility put on people who carry guns on a daily basis, and that also applies to the maintenance and upkeep of your weapons system. So for me, this gun no longer can serve its purpose, and this is exactly what they advertised this gun for. Not to mention the fact that the customer service rep wasn't even aware of this. So since it is such a deviation from the norm, you would have thought that it would be in the literature somewhere, or that they would tell me. Regardless, the fact is, I don't feel this gun is safe to carry anymore in the long run. There's a second part to this. So also, again, I want you guys to tell me what you think. Would you guys carry this gun? Is it a big deal? Am I just being retarded, or just getting pissed off for no reason? Because I am extremely annoyed. I had to wait on 5 months for this gun and spent several $1,000s on it, and that is not in my budget. So the whole point of that was to make sure that I didn't have any of these issues. So that being said, let's get on to the second issue I have discovered. I'm going to put this on micro so that I can see if I can get a better view of this. So from what I understand, and I am not a 1911 expert, that's why I am asking this question. In here I have the sear spring, right, and then there's this arm on the grip safety right there, and it is supposed to actuate that part of the sear down here, the sear spring, and that is what enables the grip safety to release the hammer to be fired. Well, every time I put this on, let me put the mainspring housing on. It just feels like, and another thing I want to show you is, see, it just sits in here. There's no like hole in the back that it just sits right in. And if you look closely, let me get a pointer. Right in here you can see where there's even some screwed up poly there. It's not very clean. It's concerning. So anyways, the sear spring sits right there on that little lip, and then you got to put the mainspring housing on. Let me make sure I get the hammer strut onto the top of the mainspring. Okay, so now when I go to push this in, so these tabs here go underneath the mainspring housing, this arm pops off. Let me see if you can see that in there. See if I can get better light. And you'll hear it. See? It just popped off of there. Okay? So now when I push that up, watch what happens. Oh, let me hold on. Sorry about that, guys. Let me put the pin in real fast. Okay, sorry about that. So, rack the slide. I'm not pulling the grip safety, and of course, it fires. I cannot figure out how to get the grip safety to work, and I have been doing some research online, and I heard of someone else who had this issue. A gunsmith was saying that just after a few thousand rounds, this same exact thing happened to his customer, and in his opinion, the polymer is too soft and has worn away like 3/1000ths of an inch or something, and that was preventing the sear spring, or I'm sorry, that was allowing the sear spring to move a little bit. So I'm asking for your help. I'm hoping that Wilson Combat helps me out here. I am actually going to return this gun because I cannot have a gun that I cannot completely clean, visually inspect, no matter how much I love it. And I want your opinion. Tell me if I'm stupid. Tell me if it's no big deal, if you guys would carry it, if you wouldn't, how you would handle this situation. According to the rep I talked to at Wilson Combat, they have never had this scenario happen, so he had to speak with his supervisor to see what they were going to do. But in the meantime, I would like to at least still shoot this thing, and I cannot get this grip safety to work correctly, so I obviously am not going to be able to carry it again. So I would like your opinion on both those matters, and please check out the other video that I have where I show how the trigger cannot come out of the frame. And again, Wilson Combat did verify after they got a technician or a gunsmith that knew this particular gun that yes, indeed, it does not come out. So I am hoping you guys will respond and help out. I'm trying to reach out to you guys, and I'd like to hear your opinions. Thanks for watching, guys.